Hi guys, Top Pops here, and in today's video I am back rating more of your collections. So let's get started! And now before we get into it, I do want to let you guys know how we're going to be rating these collections. And for anybody that saw the first episode, it is the exact same, but I might as well tell it again because that episode was over a year ago. So for the first one here, we've got neatness, which means, how does your collection look? Are they all over the place, or are they nicely lined up next to each other? Then we have display, and that's pretty much like, what does your display look like? Is it up on a shelf like this where you can see all of the figures, or maybe you've got them shoved into a box in the corner of your room? Then after that, we've got viewability, and this one here is like, how easy is it to see your entire collection? And I do want to let you guys know that I would be a pretty low viewability score because I have pops behind pops behind pops. Then we have effectiveness, and this one here, I'm gonna be honest, is pretty similar to display as well as viewability, but it's a little bit different. It's pretty much, how are you using the space to display your collection? Do you have them all shoved in the corner, or are they neatly lined up across your entire shelf? Or mantle, table, however you display them. And then the last one that we've got here is danger. And now what I mean by danger is pretty much one big thing. Are your characters falling over, or have they fallen over, or are they really close to falling over? Like, it's pretty much like, how safe are your collectibles? And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, looking around the room, I definitely have some danger going on here because I haven't put all of my figures away yet, so there are piles where they're kind of precarious. What's the definition of precarious? Not securely held or in position, dangerously likely to fall or collapse. Perfect. And so now that you know how I'm going to be scoring these things, let's get into the first collection. And now the first collection that we've got here is coming in from Edwin Torres 09, and he says, rate my collection, sorry about all of the pictures. Now I actually don't mind that you sent in a bunch of pictures because then we get to see more of your collection. And taking a look at your first photo, we've got a bunch of different blacklight ones as well as the original Bart Simpson in the middle. And now if we start to scroll through some of these photos on the second slide here, ooh, you've got a bunch of Freddy Funkos, some of my favorite. I'm really liking that metallic Freddie Mercury as well as the two Ricks. They're pretty sick. And now I'm going to go through this a little bit quicker because I want to show all of the photos. Like the Futurama one here, we've got a bunch of horror stuff. Then we've got regular show as well as Danny Phantom, a bunch of The Simpsons. Like, this just keeps going and going, and I really do like how you've got them set up. And I'm just going to keep sliding through these here so you guys can see every single one. And I'm liking the Up figures as well as Family Guy. You don't see those in many collections. We've also got BoJack Horseman, a bunch of the What If characters, some Venomized ones, and then we've also got more Marvel. And then the last slide here is practically, well, a lot of the Suicide Squad. And now I was going through my different categories to see what I would give this collection. And one thing that I am noticing is that a lot of the figures are behind other figures, but at least you're maximizing your space. Because you guys can see here, it actually looks like they've taken the Suicide Squad ones off so that way we can see some of the UFC ones, because before, where was it? I saw it a second ago. Well, there he is right there. You can see the Conor McGregor in the corner. And Edwin, I really do like the way you've got your display set up inside of these glass cabinets as well as on top of a shelf, and I think just overall, there is no danger going on here. So for your collection, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Especially because I am jealous of your original Bart. Oh, and actually, before we get into the next collection, I forgot to mention that there's also a bonus point that you can earn, and that's pretty much just like, if anything stands out to me, I'll give you one. And now this one here is actually over top of a PC, and this is Bear BTW's collection, and there's some really nice figures here. Like, I'm noticing in the bottom right corner here, some sort of Freddy Funko, and I'm not exactly sure which one that is. Let me see if I can zoom in and figure it out. Ah, it's him with the Letterman's jacket on. And now if I were to scroll through these photos, yeah, we can see them a little bit closer up. So it seems like you've got a lot of Marvel ones as well as Star Wars. I really do like that Cad Bane as well as Obi-Wan. And just overall, there's some really nice stuff here. And I think just overall, this is a really well done collection. You can see all of your figures. Some of them are in box, some of them are out of box. So I think for this one here, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. This one here is coming in from Amanda Duda. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It says, jumping in before Tristan does the Rate My Collection video. I'm waiting on a shelf to come in, so they're a little scattered. And this is a really nice collection. I especially love the center one there, how you've got all of the Disney princesses with the lights around them. That's really nice. And then on the right side there at the bottom, you can see all of the Infinity Stone characters. You know, I wonder what the rest of these slides are. Oh, wow! Okay, this is great. So you've got an Ant-Man and the Wasp section, and then let's see what else we've got here. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, this is a really nice one. I really do like the shelves too. I keep saying really, but it really does look good. And I think we've got one more photo here, and this is a nice one. I especially love the way you've got the mini puffed next to your computer with the headphones, and then a bunch of the Marvel ones up top, and even Groot on your screen. And now this really is a tough one because there are so many different displays going on, but I really do enjoy that, how you've got like specific ones for different characters. And I think for this here, especially because of, I'm noticing now, it's not just Ant-Man, it's almost like a Paul Rudd shrine. Because I'm noticing down here, he's got the People's Magazine as well as Brian Fantana and Mr. Gruberson. So for this here, I'm going to give you a 9 out of 10, but because of the Paul Rudd shrine, I'll give you a 10 with a bonus point. Now this next one here is posted by Incredible Mr. Z, and it says, rate my collection out of 10, which is what we're doing today. And I'm looking at it here, and so far all I'm seeing is the side of your boxes, as well as some on a shelf, very similar to how I used to display my Pops. And now there are 16 different photos here, so let's go through them just to see what's going on. So we've got the Pez up at the top there, we've got J.J. Abrams, as well as a bunch of different mystery minis. Here we've got some Star Wars ones, some more Star Wars stuff, and now I'm noticing here, very similar to my collection, you've got them almost like 3 rows deep. But let's keep going through these photos here to see what's going on. So we've got some plush here, we've got a Pop C, we also have a Pop Ride, we've got some Moments over here, some Pocket Pops, I really do like that. We've got the Sour Patch Kids, and it looks like every single color minus the green one, but that's my collection too. And now what else do we got going on here? Oh, this nice shelf over here, I'm liking that one. We've got the Hydra Stomper by himself, then we've got a couple others next to your Switch, and just overall, this is a really huge collection, and I'm loving it. And this right here actually seems to be the bulk of your collection because you can see the Pocket Pops on the right, the Pez on the top, pretty much every photo but pulled back a little bit, and I really am liking the shelf. And I'm also noticing that you didn't put a backing on it. Maybe it's not the exact same shelf as mine, but either way it looks very similar. And so I think for your collection here, especially because you've got them all organized, I really do like that. I don't see anything in danger, like nothing seems like it's gonna fall. So for this collection here, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. This one's coming in from Cool Rock 1610, and this one says sharing my collection, but also rate my setup. And of course we're gonna rate it today because that's what we're doing. And looking at this here, there really is some nice stuff, and I love how you incorporated all of the figures with the books. And it happens a lot of the time with Harry Potter, and I kind of want to make this bigger so we can see it a little bit better. And wow, there was a lot going on here, and I really do like that. And I like it with this collection here, you can see the stuff in the back as well as the front. And sometimes when people do collections like this, you kind of cover up the books and they're hard to see, but no, you did a pretty good job here. And I like how everything is also themed. You've got all your Naruto figures together, your One Piece ones, I'm seeing a lot of Game of Thrones over on the left, as well as the Princess Bride, and then you also have, I was trying to name them, I can't think of the name, Full Metal Alchemist. I've seen 2 seasons of the show, I should know what it's called. But I digress, and if I were to rate this collection, I would have to give this one, this is tough. Because every single category that I've got here, it looks like you've ticked them off pretty well. I'm looking at them here. Neatness is a 10 out of 10. Display looks great. Viewability, effectiveness, and danger, I don't see any of it. And so I think for this collection here, I'm gonna have to give you a 10 out of 10. Now this collection is coming in from the username Pushed Back Toenail. Yeah. But besides that, let's take a look at the figures that you've got. And there are some really nice ones here, especially with the way you've got the Justice League poster there, or maybe something a little bit thicker than that with the figures on top. And then if we keep going, I really am enjoying how you've got the figures, again with those ones with the boxes behind it. Maybe I have to do that for some of my collection. But I'm not gonna be doing that today. Let's keep going through the collection. And looking at this next one here, oh, whoa, what is going on here? That's some danger if I've ever seen it. I don't know how you're doing that, but whatever it is, it looks a little, I hope those don't fall. So if you're watching, I would definitely fix that before anything falls, or maybe it's a design choice, but either way, it looks pretty dangerous. And then as we keep going here, I see you've got some figures here, as well as some in the corner, and I'm noticing on the left side here, they are just floating. Yeah, I'm a little worried about those. And then as we keep going, it looks like you've got some more Funko Pops on the side, as well as a Bang Energy collection. It looks like you've got almost every single flavor there. And then we also have some more Funko Pops with the boxes backwards. I've never seen that before. Usually people will do the sides, but I kind of enjoy that because then you can see the entire list of characters to go along with it. It's kind of interesting. And so for your collection here, I would rate this somewhere in the middle, just because I'm really worried about this one here. And also you have your collection kind of around so you can see every figure, but the displayability is a little bit lower in my opinion. And I'm not saying the collection's bad, it's just a bit of a Where's Waldo when looking around the room, which is fun, but it would be hard to see all of them. And so I think with those in mind and looking at your collection, I'm gonna give this one a 5 out of 10. Now this next one that we've got here is coming in from Blue Mill Tank, and it says rate my setup 1 to 10 and upvote so I hopefully get into the next video. I've only been collecting since May 2021, and this is my whole collection. Minor repost because of my last post I forgot one pick with my sodas, and Up and Stranger Things collection. So it sounds like you've got a pretty big collection, and let's go through these photos here to see what's going on. And I'm noticing you have almost, I want to say almost every single Adventure Time pop. It looks like it. Like, is there any way I could see it a little bit closer up? That's what I was looking for. And I'm trying to find a figure that you might be missing from this set. Like, you've got the J-Mo, you've got the glow-in-the-dark Princess Bubblegum, as well as the glow-in-the-dark Finn, you've got the Zombie Jake, as well as the Flock Jake, the Finn and Jake car. I don't think there's any you're missing. Oh, you know what? There is one that you're missing, and I don't know if you're trying to get it for your collection, but if you don't have it, or maybe you didn't know about it, you definitely should check it out. It is the green BMO. I don't know why they made one, but they did. And now let's keep going through these photos because it looks like you've got a lot more to go through. And okay, now this looks nice, but there is one thing that I noticed right away, and let me know what you guys think here. Come on, that's a little bit of danger. And now let's keep going here to see what else we've got, because this next one here, wow, is a lot of Star Wars. And I'm noticing that is like 6 or 7 Ahsokas at the bottom there. That's gotta be all of them. And now let's keep going to see what else we've got going on here. Okay, so this is the photo that we would have missed, and it's nice that you did add it because I love the sodas. And then as we keep going here, we've got some more Star Wars ones, and that one actually has the collector's box, which I believe came with the Duel on Mustafar, so it's nice you've got them together. And then for this last photo here, we have, the Zombie Jake, the glow-in-the-dark Finn, and the glow-in-the-dark Princess Bubblegum. Now that is 3 really great figures there. And so I think looking at your collection one last time, I'm gonna have to give this one an 8 out of 10 because of the bit of danger, but then again, because you have the Adventure Time ones, the super rare ones, I'll give you a bonus point, making it 9 out of 10. Oh, wow, this one's nice. Now this one, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, is coming in from Selgi. I apologize if I got that wrong, but I really do like the color coordination here. Like with all of the pink pops in one spot, all of the black light ones together, you've got all of the Grogus, and I think, again, that might be all of them. And by that I mean all of these single Grogus, because of course there is some of the Mandalorian holding them as well as the Moments, but I think you've got most of them there. And I'm also noticing in the top right corner, you seem to have all of the Star Wars Valentine's Day ones. It looks like it. And one other thing that I really enjoy about this collection is how you're putting the corresponding box behind the figure. It's a nice touch. And so for this collection here, I think the effectiveness is 10 out of 10, how you've got them going perfectly across the shelves. There's no danger. I mean, there may be a little bit with this one hanging off, but I'm not gonna count it. And for viewability, you can see every single one of your figures, as well as displayability. I mean, this is looking really great. So for these guys here, I'm gonna give you a 9 out of 10, but because of all of the cool figures and the way you've got them set up, I'll give you a 10 out of 10. Alright, this one here is coming in from Robbie Dizzle, and it says, rate my girlfriend and I's collection. And I noticed someone else had that Marvel poster at the top there, and I feel like it's from Hobby Lobby. I feel like I've seen it there before. And I mean, I am really enjoying this one. Also, very similar shelves to what I have, and now there's a bunch of photos, so let's go through these a little bit more. Lots of Pokemon, as well as Beauty and the Beast at the bottom there. We've got some Star Wars, Disney princesses. We also have Alice in Wonderland, some really great ones. And I'm also noticing, before we go on to the last photo here, you already have the Alakazam as well as Lucario. Pretty jealous about that. And then what do we have in the last photo here? Okay, so we've got the My Hero stuff, and it looks like this is all My Hero, and wow, there's some great ones here. And so, Robbie, I think for your and your girlfriend's collection, it is a really nice one, but the one thing I am noticing is you do something very similar to me where you can't see every single figure. And so I think for this collection here, I also really enjoy the displayability. I'm not seeing any danger. No, not that I can tell. So I'm gonna give this one, let's give it a 9 out of 10. Okay, now this is a pretty cool collection coming in from Frankie Depot, and I want to make this one bigger because he only has one photo, and let's see what's going on here. And one thing that stands out to me right away is those lights you've got underneath your shelf. And I don't know if those are like Bluetooth operated or you've got to turn them on manually, but either way, they look really nice. And I really enjoy how on the left side there, you've got the floating shelves, and they're all kind of like their own category. Like I see a bunch of the Deadpool ones in one spot, then we've got animation, we've got movies, then at the bottom there, they're a little random, but they still look good. And so with this collection here, it looks really, really great. I love how you've got the 10-inch ones on the top there. The only thing that I'm a little bit worried about, because my collection's like this a lot, is the danger with the floating shelves. Like, they look really good, but you've got them out of box. And when it comes to out-of-box figures, especially in my collection, a lot of them are pretty tipsy. So with those ones there, they might fall a little bit. Fingers crossed they don't, though. And so for this collection here, I am going to give you a 7 out of 10, but because I really do enjoy those lights and I've never seen those before, I'll give you a bonus point, giving you 8 out of 10. Now this next collection here is coming in from Joe the Funko, and I am really enjoying the figures that you've got here. And now let's go through these photos to see them a little bit closer up. Like the top here, you've got a lot of the Mickey Mouse ones, as well as just the Disney ones in general, and then you also have, that's Captain Marvel on the left there, and then Batman in the middle. And those art series ones you've got there are some of my favorites, especially that Mickey Mouse and the Winnie the Pooh. They're pretty nice. And now let's keep going through the collection to see what else you've got going on. Now, one thing I am noticing right away is that you've got an insert there for some reason. You should definitely put that back in the box. Or maybe you don't have a box for that character. I'm not exactly sure. But whatever it is, maybe don't put it on the shelf because even though it is clear, it is definitely visible. And then another thing that I'm noticing, and I definitely hate it about these characters because like I mentioned earlier, it happens a lot to mine. This one here, the comic book Scarlet Witch, is falling over. I hate when that happens. And I don't know if you're using it, but you should definitely look in the bottom of the box because it should have a clear base where you can put her feet onto it and it should stand a little bit better. I can't tell if you've got it on the figure. So if you don't, you should definitely check in your box to see if you still have it because that is a nice way to make your figure stand, especially when they have really tiny feet like that. And now to keep going through the photos, I'm liking down here, you've got some of the Blacklight figures, and then down here, Summertime Olaf. That is a pop I don't see very often. And then what is after this? Okay, we've got a soda. Wow, nice. We've got the Steamboat Mickey, and then we also have, this is cool, some of your mystery minis, as well as the Rock'em Sock'em robots, and then I also see in the back there, Mayor Patty Noble. And so, Joe, for this collection here, I really do like it, especially that Summertime Olaf. I don't see that one in very many collections, but because you've got the insert out, as well as a couple figures kind of falling over, I'm gonna give this one a 6 out of 10. And if you could fix that danger, it would definitely bump up to an 8 or 9 out of 10, so great collection. Now we've got a collection coming in from Bean Cuisine, and this one here says, rate my setup, give me some ideas or options for new shelving or wall shelving. Okay, I like this, especially because you've got a shelf very similar to mine, and you've got some out of box with some other ones in box. The only thing that's kind of bugging me about your collection is those ones stacked up on the left side, but you did say you wanted some new shelving, so maybe you could get some floating shelves to go to the left of that shelf. And I think overall, the pops that you've got are some really nice ones, but I'm guessing, and I can't tell because you only sent in one photo, you probably have pops behind pops. And so if you were to get some sort of shelves to put those figures on the left, and then maybe when you get new shelves, you could even take some off of your shelf you've got right now and move them over so you can see more of your figures, I'm gonna give this one a 5 out of 10, but I really do like the figures you've got, so I'll bump it up to a 6. And now let's take a look at this collection here coming in from Mr. Beast Lover. This is his autograph as well as prototype collection, and what would I rate this? Okay, now this is a tough one because we haven't really done an autograph collection today, but looking at the amount of figures that you've got, and also I want to see what prototype you've got up at the top. Who is that? Oh, it's the Summertime Olaf. No, not Summertime Olaf. It's the Dancing Olaf with the little seagull. And actually, now that I look at it, it's not just that one. I believe the entire top row is prototypes. Yes, it is. Deadshot Masked, the Jacob Kowalski from Fantastic Mr. Beast. I almost said Inside Beast. I don't know why. And then we've got the Olaf, like I mentioned, as well as the Xenomorph and the Domo Superman, as well as just scrolling down a little bit, we can see a bunch of the signed characters, which is crazy that you have all of the turtles signed as well as April O'Neil. And then at the bottom, I am really enjoying the Wacko, Crash Bandicoot, Venomized Groot, Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Beast Boy. Like seriously, there is some crazy figures here. And now I gotta break out the whiteboard for this one because looking at it here, there is no danger. The neatness is perfect, the display looks great, the viewability is awesome, and the effectiveness of your space looks pretty good. And so with all of that in mind, I'm going to give your collection a 10 out of 10. And then after that, because I really am enjoying all of the signed figures you've got, I'm even gonna give you a bonus point, giving you the first one of the day, 11 out of 10. And as you can tell, I don't give those out very often. And well, anyways, guys, there you go. That was rating your collections number 2. And if you guys want to see another one of these in the future, please let me know in the comment section below because I would love to do one. And also, to check out these collections, I was using my Reddit r/TopPop, so if you guys want to post anything over there, and it doesn't have to be just your collection, it could be anything Funko related. Maybe you ran into something cool at the store, or maybe you have some cool concept that you want to post. Whatever. And so anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you want to see more from me in the future, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all of that. But this has been another episode of Top Pops. Popsters, thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow.
Dripping like a school. On a forward school. Baby gonna screw. She funny with it. Cool. V5 full thump. I'm a hump on a bounce. Jack and Jill up a hill. Baby tryna get a meal. Mary had a little lamb. I really do not fuck with. And she calling me the muffin man. I surely like the muffin top. Snow. Like my lashes.